Good evening. It's that time of the month, that time of the week, and I'm driving to Virginia once again. I could be taking a metro, but metro takes like 2 hours, or I could just drive my car and only arrive within 30 minutes. It's not also like, even right now there's a huge traffic right now. It's like 50 minutes drive. Normally I drive here for 21 minutes. So very huge traffic on Friday on December 12th. I haven't bought my sunglasses. As you can see, I have to wear this the reflection glasses. They are not contacts, they're just for reflection and for fancy stuff. But you know, it looks good today. It's not too cold. It's actually 40 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So not as bad as Monday. Monday was very, very cold. I even got sick when I went outside. I really got sick for the first time I've ever been sick before. But it feels good today. Welcome to Washington DC. Nothing has changed. Same place that I'm driving at, and I think now I have found a hack where I can touch my camera on my steering wheel, so I can drive as I speak on camera. Today I actually finished my final exam, and I also got my final results for my macroeconomic data, not economic exam. I also got the final results for the macroeconomic paper. Like I mentioned last time, the paper was not really good. Like when I look at it, it wasn't like, you know, like that good. I got like 80 something out of it, and I think the 80 came from, you know, like some efforts in it. But from what I have, from my background in like writing and researching, the paper was not like rigorous or even like super heavy related. It was like very high school kind of thing. So, but at the end of the day, I think it was great. I think it was good, and I was very busy. Like it's like I've been so busy, and I want to keep being busy too. Like I have to get a job. Like not like I have a job part time, but I need to get like a full-time job where I can get good income. Seems like everybody's studying, so they have to be a car in front. Yep, as I expected. Let me turn. Alright. DC, people park on the streets, alright? So you gotta be very, very careful. Drive slow, don't rush, don't run, you know, because I don't know, I haven't seen accidents happening here as much. I think those cameras do play a huge role in restricting something like that. There is lack of visibility, as you can see from here. The visibility is very, very low. You can still see the Capitol, but not as much visible as spring or summer. U.S. troops out of DC. That's the sign on the top that says U.S. troops out of DC. There's traffic here. A very short traffic in this area, but 50 minutes drive is insane. I actually don't know how I'm gonna get where I'm going, but it's going to be insane. But anyways, so Washington, the Federal Reserve Bank just lowered the interest rate to like 3%. That's like extremely low. But in 2020 it was very, very low. It was like 2%. And I don't know what to say. Like I don't know, like the paper just wrote, yes, the paper just finished. And even during my micro exams, the professor asked so many times, like, how do you resolve credit constraint? You know, like people have people, me and anyone else out there, you know, startup companies, corporations, businesses, you know, individuals, companies, institutions, they have problems in accessing credit, right? And that's because they don't meet credit requirements, right? If you want to give somebody loans to run a business, to give loans to a country, you have to ensure that that country can pay back those loans, right? But the problem is, sometimes countries have assets, like, you know, for instance, like Congo, for example, has assets. Uganda has, you know, good working labor force, right? Very young people. You know, countries have very good assets, but sometimes the assets become, I have to say this, depreciating, right? They don't have value, and it's a problem. Especially in the United States, individuals have assets. All have assets. We have skills, we have knowledge, right? Companies in Silicon Valley have knowledge. They are building new AIs, new pharmaceutical products. They are developing new products. They are doing research. They're doing other things, but there is the depreciation of the products. There is no market sometimes. And when it comes to, oh my god, the traffic is really, really brutal, killing me so much. It's insane. I should always leave Ari on every Friday, every weekdays. But anyways, the credit, access to credit is a huge problem that hasn't been able to be resolved by anybody. And so I was thinking about venturing into this semester, this fall, this winter actually, as a hobby, something that I need to know, like, how do you resolve that problem? Like, how do you make people, like, because these things play around all the time. Like, if companies cannot have access to credit, they can't develop new products, they can't hire new people, they can't expand, they can't you know, innovate, right? They shut the door, and then banks will be forced to lower their credit requirements and lower the interest rate, so people can borrow more money. And then, you know, and then the banks also borrow money from the Federal Reserve Bank, from the government, central bank have to lower loans, and then when they lower loans, everybody borrows, and then it creates inflation. So in 2020 we see you know, Joe Biden advocating for the banks to lower the interest rate, so people can borrow and invest, and the corporations jumped in, right? Every single company in America borrowed their own money. I remember mentioning this so many times. I got an email from Wells Fargo to borrow PPE loans, and that's because, how do they call them, PPP loans? Yeah, PPP loans. Because I was also having a business. I had a business which was registered under Wells Fargo's bank. So they sent me an email, but I need to have like 50 employees to qualify for those loans. But the interest rate was very, very low. But what we saw, people, you know, they borrowed the money, they hired the employees, and the wages were higher. Everybody was trying to get paid more money because the jobs are opening up, so people are moving back and forth, right, trying to get jobs. Wages jumped up, went from like $10 to like $20 an hour. Restaurants were paying in a spree to attract workers. But that brought inflation. We saw, I was in California, and the gas price went from like $3 to like $8, like in the same day. Like sometimes even I would see like the number jump up, right? We saw rent goes up. We saw food prices goes up. I really went to the restaurant where the food price was like $9, and it went to like $25, double the prices. Then nobody was buying. People stopped buying those things. People started buying things that are essential. So we saw a huge layoffs because companies are not making any money, so they fire people. So we saw huge layoff in 2022. That's using just like 1 year, like within like 1 year, 2 years, like the bubble busted, and we haven't been able to be back to the pre-pandemic level. Pre-pandemic level, the life was, you know, like you graduate from college or you're looking for a job, you work on top, you're going to you know, a staffing agency or a restaurant. You ask them, hey, are you guys hiring? They'll be like, oh yeah, we're hiring. They give you a job. Like things are like super easy, like straightforward. But not right now, okay? Because companies they have to evaluate whether they can, you know, can we hire new people? Okay. Can we hire new people, or do we have an alternative, right? And then we saw AI jumping in, okay? There is a law. It's like, I think it's an economic law or some kind of economic finance law. It's called the Moore's law. Moore's law says that at some point people will work less and machines will do 90% of the work. That was Moore's law, and that law was believed in by a researcher. His name is Sam Altman. Sam Altman is like a CEO of ChatGPT, OpenAI, and he's the behind the mastermind of developing these ChatGPT bots. So he believes that at some point people won't be seeking jobs. People will be just relying mainly on it go over. People will be relying mainly on people will be doing less work and then get paid by simply you know, focusing on and then get paid by simply doing nothing, little work. But that is not the case. That's not the case. The case has been, now companies are now thinking, okay, can we just simply, you know, not hire anybody and use AI? You know, like, can you have a machine in a restaurant that will simply bring a customer comes in, scans a QR code, the AI recommends the customer what kind of food they should eat after they sign up, or whether they don't sign up. Then the customer immediately taps their card on the counter and it just leaves, just finish. Is that possible? Is that really possible in today's modern world? I don't know. Then there is this idea of education. When you tell people that, you know, the job market is really bad, the first thing they tell you is, oh, you should get education. But my research that I did recently proves that having more people who are educated, it's not going to change. Okay, I don't know why people from Maryland do this, but I heard that in Maryland you're not supposed to turn on the turning signal. Okay, but you should turn the turning signal. Just turn on. Okay, people are doing it from other places. I think I need to skip this area. What's happening here? Seems like, I don't know what to say. I don't know if he's saying I should go this way, if I should go this way. I think I need to go here. There's a car loading stuff, so it's blocking the area, making it super hard to pass, creating traffic on this area. But you know, so you know, people say, okay, to build the AI you need to go to school, get education, you know, have a degree, things will work out. Okay, that is the new idea. It's a new concept. Okay, you know, someone who knows AI will beat you. Someone who knows AI is going to replace you. Great. So from what I've been studying last this past weekend in microeconomic research is that can people who are more educated actually have better paying jobs? Can they get out of poverty? The answer was no. It's not common, and it's less likely to happen for people who have degrees to be out of poverty. Okay, because people with degrees, because okay, it's more complicated than that. But from what I found was that when too many people go to school, you have more people who are educated, and then there's not enough jobs to do. That's what I found, right? Too many people educated, less people to go to school. Okay, but there was some positive outlook from what I saw. People who have education, countries with more people who are educated, the market to improve. Okay, my data was also not good because it did have some flaws in it. I did not consider people who didn't go to school. I only considered people who went to school. That's the only population I considered. So those who didn't go to school were screened out. Okay, so we don't know about those people. But after all, I found this to not correlate with each other. So my understanding is that if you develop a new technology, a new AI, a new robotics, a new system, teach people how to use it. Like Amazon has been doing that. Amazon has been establishing services like training centers around the country, around the world, South Africa, US, Europe, Australia, Japan, training people about the cloud computing, right? Because internet is meant to help everybody, right? It's not meant for the elite. It's not like Ferrari, right? It's a product that needs to be used by many people. But as far as we have seen, all these new tools, when they come out, this guy broke the area, so it makes it harder to kind of, yeah, cannot make that. Let me go here. All right. Yeah, it does make it harder to like have those AI. I just found out that the AI tools, which are meant to help people who have no ways of getting good paying jobs, those tools end up actually helping only people with education, right? Like right now, you would expect ChatGPT to be used by people to send messages, to send stuff. But I made a video earlier where the people I used AI to send messages to people on LinkedIn, and they get upset because they can tell this AI they require that genuinely. They want me to use my own communication skills, which I can use. I don't mind using it, but I was testing to see can recruiters, can people who are high level professionals really accept an AI written message from somebody who has never been to school? The answer is no. So Sam Altman reminds me of Mark Zuckerberg, who built Facebook to help people connect each other, and Facebook turned into a political tools, and politicians used it to exploit people, right? It reminds me of Google was built for researchers. Google was built for people who are like super high level researchers. That makes sense. That's totally fine. But for things like AI, which are meant to help people, they turn into, this is what is traffic here. When it's time to turn, there is also people crossing, which makes it really, really hard to like, yeah, it's insane. They should only turn on the turning signal for passengers, for pedestrians, then give us the signal for the drivers after people have crossed already, instead of like having both of us cross. It's not fair. But anyway, back to the sun in Washington DC. Looks like this. It's gonna be hitting my face the whole time. Traffic here is really bad. It's insane. There's accidents everywhere. There's the police here. It's been a while since I've been outside. I've been inside since snow started. Also, I don't know why GPS is taking me in a different route instead of taking me to the same place. So anyways, that's all I have to share. And then, but the question remains now, nations that don't have good credit, nations that are poor, they have lower education, they have no jobs. And how do you ensure that nations don't have a good, they have jobs, they reduce poverty rate, and also how do you ensure that they actually, you know, where's the ambulance over there, and also ensuring that they have some sure that they have you know, improvements, you know, the 5 minutes delay ahead. Okay, what you can do is just lower the credit constraint for them, ensure that they can access credit, ensure that they can have what can I say, they can improve their, I don't know, rule overall. They can improve the government, improve its effectiveness. But I don't think I'm gonna start. I don't think I'm gonna study the credit. There are things that I have to do. There are things that I would have to do as a person for a hobby. That I'll be able to do it if I was in college or in school. You know, because from what I've realized is that professors have their own opinion, they have their own views, they have their own way of seeing things more than we do. You know, I love this corner over here. It gives me some joy when I'm turning and heading to a tunnel. Alright, let's go. Welcome to a tunnel. I love this building over here. I always enjoy going beneath the building. So many countries have issues in defaulting debt, and sometimes it's very hard to determine if a country will default on their debt. But I believe that with good tools, with AI, with the software, with econometrics methods, we can eventually determine if a country will default on the debt. There has been a little bit of research on it to determine that, but you know, I'm gonna venture into it and see how things works. Beautiful DC, beautiful tunnels. I like the sound in this tunnel. It's very sound good. It's very beautiful. It's very quiet. Everybody drives nice. And there's a very heavy traffic ahead. Yep, it starts from here, right here. just tells you how brutal it is today. Okay. Imagine you have traffic even after people moved out of DC. Okay, because after Trump laid off many workers, people left DC. And also after COVID, we have a lot of work from home jobs, so people can work from anywhere. So that is a good thing. Okay, I have been thinking about this for a long time. Okay, when these things happen, it's like no jobs, no employment, right? I feel like somebody somewhere is doing something horrible. Okay, and they're not doing it for good reason. They are doing it probably hoping they can get a good paying job. And when I say horrible, I'm talking about like things like developing a new pandemic. Okay, when things like this happens, there is someone somewhere doing something as a hobby. When you don't hire people, like back in the 70s, there was a rise in serial killers in the United States. Okay, there was a huge rise in serial killers. Most of them were men, and these men had experience in software engineering, research, computing, like a lot of high-level experienced stuff, right? So when people are unemployed, I have traffic backed up behind me, like you can see. Traffic backed up behind me. Multiple jeeps behind me. When companies don't, people in the office watching this video, just know that when you don't hire somebody, okay, people who are smart, people who are doing good things, they are doing something somewhere. Like right now, I could be working in the office, I could be on a phone call, I could be playing golf, I could be doing something else. But look at what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about building a model that will predict default date. That's the ideas that I have, and it's not just me. Everybody has the same idea. Everybody has the same idea. Why there are so many mainland plates in everywhere in the DMV area at this time of the year? Right? When you don't hype, people get surprised when they see things like, oh, AI, why are you having AI? It's taking away our jobs. Because there is a possibility that whoever built the AI couldn't get hired. So what did they do? They started building a software that they can prove they have skills. There's an accident here on this side. Seems like somebody got crushed or something. L'accidentale, lamentale. Oh, it's on the other side. It's not even this side. The police officer is like fed up. Metropolis, DC Metropolis. Yes, so even in Africa too, even in Africa, even in Asia, there is an assumption that people who are unemployed, they are losers, they stay home, they sleep. Yeah, for women, yeah, sure. For men, if you don't hire men, they're gonna do other things. Like right now, like I remember in 2020, people are building videos on YouTube on how to automate things. Oh, how do you automate things in Python? How do you automate things in JavaScript? How do you automate things with CSS? And everybody was thinking it's a joke. Got that truck. And everybody thought it was a joke. Now here we are, ChatGPT is coming up, and many AI is coming up, and the more is coming up. I fully advocate for automation. Like we should have automations. We should have AI doing every single work. Right. So so this semester I'm gonna be working on a model that will be able to predict and automate date default, determine if you can default the date and be able to pay. It's a new challenge. I hope I accomplish it. Very heavy traffic. You can see both ways heavy traffic. These are 3 highways, by the way, both going this way. And there has been construction in the United States since I moved here, 2016. I've been in this country for 10 years. There's always construction in every single place. It never ends, it never goes away. I don't know, I guess they keep renovating, I don't know. But it's beautiful though. It's like, I enjoy it. Things like this, you stuck in traffic, all you can do is just make videos and film, showcase traffic heaviness, how bad it is, how bad it gets, and you hope that things will get better. This is why I don't want to get a job anywhere that is far from DC. Okay, do not get a job in DC that is far. If it says 10 minutes drive, it's an hour, always and always. Especially if you're going to be working in the morning, get a job where you can take a metro. Okay, if you have to move to a new place, a new place in the US, make sure that where you are buying or renting a house is cheaper, so you can compensate the commute. Okay. All right. That's all I have to share. Do they ever like charge somebody $500 for speeding in a work zone? Like, does that ever happen, or that's like a scare tactic that they give people? This is my worst nightmare that I always face in this area. With sun hitting my face, makes me look like a cartoon character. Just to know that beneath me, below me, there is another highway, I believe, crossing, and yeah, heavy traffic, as you can see. Normally there's no traffic here. The traffic is gonna go away soon. It's gonna disappear. And I learned that in the mainland, there you can speed up to 50 miles per hour over the speed limit in the mainland. I didn't know that. I wonder why people speed. If you watch this video and you wonder why people speed, people from northern part of the US speed, it's because laws are different. Normally, North Carolina, you cannot speed past 5 miles per hour. Okay, so you're not allowed to speed past 5 miles per hour. If you do so, it's a ticket. Cops will pull you over. Okay, so I look at the traffic over here. Traffic on that side, traffic on this side, packed up both sides. Pretty insane. Oops, jeez, damn. How did I speed? I almost hit somebody. Can you imagine an accident? Want to make a video? God, the sun hits your face, you can't even see. That's why I need sunglasses, and it's too hot in my car because the AC is like really hot. But yeah, the traffic is cooling down now. I think we're about to head over to Virginia. But in North Carolina, you cannot speed past 5 miles per hour. In DC, is DC just don't even go below, don't even go past 0. Like 25 is 25 in DC. You go past even 2 inches, it's a ticket. Then in Virginia, it has to be 11 miles per hour. So that's the reason why when I come to Virginia, this makes sense now. When I drive in Virginia, I think Virginia are good drivers. That's because I'm from North Carolina. So this gives me an impression that because they drive comfortably, very slow, very nice, they follow the rules. have an impression that they're a good driver. People who live in Maryland, though, they think that people from Virginia, they drive really horrible because they drive on a pace. You can tell right now that they're very on the pace, very comfortable. The speed limit is like 45 miles per hour, 45 miles per hour over here. So they're driving very normal driving, okay? So Maryland, they don't like this. In Maryland, they'll be running like 60 right now. They'll be going really fast. So the rules differ in each state. This now makes sense because I've been looking about. I didn't mean to harass people from the Maryland, but they drive really fast, and they never had an accident. No, zero accident. They never crash, nothing. They swing around like crazy, you know. Then Virginians are like very comfortable, polite, you know. Even in the left lane, very slow. Why is that guy standing over there? That truck is stuck, something like that. It's not even a movie. So, oh yeah, it's time to speed up now. Traffic is clear. Every time you get here, the traffic is clear because people go this side, people go that side. So they divide up sections. The traffic in that side where I was earlier is caused by emerging. People are emerging different areas from DC downtown, from Virginia, from Maryland. Everybody's emerging, so it creates a huge traffic, which makes it harder. And no matter how many times you make the roads wider, Pentagon, how is it out passing in this area? And that'd be like Pentagon, the largest U.S. Army operation area. If I was in Uganda, I would go to jail for doing this, for filming the military area. But in the US, no problem. Peace everywhere, right? You don't have to worry about getting dragged away for making this video. I think I'm gonna pass over so I can speed up real quick. Oh jeez, everybody's slowing down now. Another traffic. Yeah, it's crazy. Do not work. Do not have a gig that you're gonna have to work at 5 p.m. It's just horrible. Try to get a full-time job that you can work in the office. Okay. Try to get a normal full-time job that you can work in the office, so you don't have to commute this much and you don't have to deal with traffic. You will still deal with traffic, but you'll be okay. And why does good paying jobs always located in such a terrible area where you have to drive? Like I had an internship and it was in such a good place where if I have to go to work, I'll take a metro. That's it. Just take a metro and I'm there on time. Then coming back, same thing. But if I work in the good paying jobs in the US, they are always located in a terrible place. No public transit in the nearby, nothing. Not even a bus. I don't know why. It pisses me off, right? Like, at least they should build the company should be able to be built in an area where you can easily access public transit. And the funny thing is, public transit they are closer to areas that have lower paying jobs like social worker, prison, and schools, universities. Those areas pay very low, like $16 an hour. You have to be poor to enjoy public transit in the United States. Or you have to have some money, have a car, drive, and then deal with traffic like this every single day. It's not good, My camera turned off automatically because the vehicle is hot, and also the sun hits me from the window, so it makes my camera get really hot, so it turns off automatically. But from where I am right now, I'm still stuck in traffic. The traffic is piling up in Virginia. Like, it's insane. Never had this traffic before. I don't know what's happening up there. I don't know if there's any events. I don't know. This is like unusual. I've been commuting here a couple times. First time I ever had this kind of traffic before. Almost an hour of traffic. So I just wanted to say that. Other than that, same place, same building. I've been here a couple times, and also they have like express lane where you can like really drive like 100 miles per hour. So everybody's sprinting. We are stuck in here, and all of these people they did not pay for the express lane. So we never paid for the express lane, so we have to use these main roads. Those who did pay, they can use that lane and sprint, like go fast. All right. And the government, which owns that road, when it's too busy like this, they increase the price for the express lane. It goes like $15, sometimes $20 per mile, because they charge you per mile, and it's insane. You know, some people, they cover their license plate and then they get in the sprint. Look at the buses they use as well. What is the buses? They're going really, really fast. And for us, we are stuck here. Look, stuck in here. This traffic. Stuck on you. Okay. So if you're wondering, in America, everybody pays taxes. Everybody does the same thing, but people are not treated the same way. There is literally an equal treatment here in the United States, and it's been going on for years. Right? It doesn't matter it doesn't matter about your race. In the United States, if you don't have enough money, they treat you like this. They give special treatment to people with more money, and then everyone else is going the same place. See me with billionaires too. When Americans complain about billionaires, they're not being Jackie. It's true that the Western favors people with more money. They favors the elites. You know, so you have to work really, really hard. The good thing here is that if you work hard and succeed, you become part of the elites. So nobody touches you, and the government protects you, right? Everybody respects you. Everything you say, they accept it. You know. That's the part of working hard in the United States. So work hard, you go to school, get education, right? Run a business, run for the office. Do what you can to stand out. Do what you can to don't stay on the bottom level. Always work hard. Always work hard to have exceptional. Look at this place. Very, very sunny. You can barely see any car at all. That's why there's traffic here, because you can barely see anything. It's very extremely sunny. It's very hard to see. I can barely see where I'm going. I can see the lines. I can see the guy is turning over. His signal is on. I'm bringing him in, but he cannot see me. He can see me actually in his mirror. But it's insane how much traffic is in this place. Oh, there has to be a protest somewhere. I wonder why there is. I wonder why there was traffic here. But there's a protest up. There's a flags up there. There's California flag, Canada flag. I don't know other flags over there, but you can see, right? There's a flag on the top. Crew dementia patient has new codes. Cruel dementia patient has. It says cruel dementia patient has nuclear codes. I think what they mean is Trump for having nuclear codes. I mean, who else could have a dementia? Dementia affects mostly white people, mostly men and women. Most of these people are very old, in their 70s, 80s, 90s. So if I say California flag, which is a liberal state, and Canada, which hates the United States, Canada hates Trump, and the sign that says crew dementia patient has nuclear codes, they are referring to Trump. No one else is. They are referring to. It's a very political.
I found this on the web.
Trump who holds the words. So anyways, so that sign clearly says it's a protest, but that's not the reason why there's traffic though. Traffic has nothing to do with those guys. Yeah, it's fast year. We're still in 2025, and it feels like it's been 50 years already with Trump in the government. Like this dude has been attacking everybody. He attacks Elon Musk, his best friend. He attacks Taylor Marjorie. He attacks. Who else did he attack? He attacks countries. He attacks China. He attacks everybody. He attacks Europe. He attacks, Zelensky. He attacked. Who else did he attack? The senator, the Republican senator from Texas. Like, bro attacked everybody. Excuse me. Now you're attacking somebody's. Like, is it true? Could be dementia. I mean, it's funny that when you don't come from such a specific background, a specific race, you can easily dismiss some crimes. But Trump might be going through something that we already know. I mean, dude is like 70, almost 8 years old. So, and he's a businessman. So the stress of doing businesses, and it does affect these folks in their very early retirement. So always, I'm gonna turn the camera off. I'm gonna turn them on again as I say goodbye when it's time to turn. But other than that, traffic is really piling up. Seems like I'm gonna be here for the next about 10 minutes or so before I can turn. Alright, bye bye, ciao ciao. Alright, coming back again to show my favorite view. This is one of my favorite view over here. You can see a few traffic coming from this side, on the other side, and I want to show you the price on the toll roads, how much it costs. Okay, they raise the price when they see traffic piling up. Crazy. So $3, $4, and $5 per mile. Per mile, look right here. $3, $4, $5. And the Z-Pass only. Fascinating, right? So why don't they lower the price when there's traffic so people can drive faster and get the traffic off, instead of like raising the price, then forcing everybody to be in the same lane? Like, I don't get the logic. When the traffic is lower, they lower the price for the Z-Pass. When the traffic is higher, sounds very, very evil. And by the way, these roads, where they charge money, these roads are publicly owned. This land used to be owned by natives, but it was taken away by the American people. The sun here is very, very evil. Like, I can barely see where I'm going. So anyway, here it is, right? $3, $4, $5. As you can see at the price tag. I don't know if you can see it. See the price? That's the price right here. Why do they charge more money when there's traffic, but then they lower the price when there's no traffic? Shouldn't they lower the price when there's no traffic so people can drive? Isn't the goal to get the traffic? Isn't the goal to make people go where they're going in time? I never get the logic. I don't understand how the government thinks. So anyways, I'm about to turn. That's all I have for today. And if you found this video helpful, give me a follow. If you're coming in this part of town, just know that traffic here can get crazy, but it's not always like this. Okay, sometimes no traffic at all. Sometimes it's like very smooth, easy going. Right, same price here, $3, $4, $5. Okay, that's per mile. They are charging per mile. So if you are driving for like 5 miles, you gotta pay more money, like $20, something like that, which is not fair. It's the same thing as taking Uber or Lyft. Let me go over here. Let me make a turn. Alright. That's all for today. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.